13 best countries to visit in 2024. 13. Manchester, England. Let's start by saying that you know more about Manchester than you think you do, that the northern England city of red brick Victorian buildings, old universities, and public squares already lives in your pop culture subconscious, the backdrop for era-defining events that outshone the city itself. Number 12. Fiji. Beautiful turtles, rays, and sharks swirl in sun-dappled green and blue waters in Fiji. This stunning performance is set against a backdrop of coral reefs, fragile ecosystems where plants and fish dance daily, a microcosm of our increasingly stressed planet. Number 11. Sydney, Australia. Known for its massive concrete shells, the Sydney Opera House is a modern expressionist masterpiece. The famous structure celebrated 50 in October 2023 with much hoopla. Mitten, the compound's new indigenous restaurant, serves dinner. The next day, arise early for an exclusive backstage tour through corridors to practice areas and the orchestra pit. The Opera House will host the London International Animation Festival in January and an evening with novelist Fran Lebowitz in February in 2024. Attend Vivid Sydney in May or June to see art and light installations turn the harbour into a mind-bending light extravaganza. Michael Callahan. Number 10. Tangier, Morocco. Tangier has traditionally distinguished itself from other Moroccan cities with its chaotic skyline. Italy, Spain, and others administered it for decades in the 20th century. It attracted writers and artists from Europe and the US, creating a global atmosphere that persists. Morocco's northernmost city has reunited with its roots in the past 5 years. Africa's first high-speed train connected Tangier to Casablanca in 2018. The journey time is 2 hours. A major infrastructural investment boosted the region. The 133-room Fairmont Tazi Palace and the 12-room Villa Mabrouka, Jasper Conran's renovation of Yves St. Laurent's former residence, are welcome additions. Waldorf Astoria may join in early 2025. The Grand Soko and Petit Soko display Moroccan creativity. A local jeweler and her photographer husband run Alma Kitchen, which serves charred eggplant and anise and cardamom potatoes. Sip coffee at Cinematheque de Tangier on the Bigger Square, a 1938 cultural facility renovated by French-Moroccan artist Yito Barada in the mid-2000s. Las Chicas, located outside the Medina, offers Moroccan-made homewares, apparel, and organic wellness goods by Zoe Beauty. Enjoy a mint tea or stay here. El Morocco Club is a piano bar and restaurant named after a 1930s sleazy New York City nightclub. With its monochromatic photographs and zebra print sofas, the club embodies old and new Tangier. Number 9. Aalborg, Denmark. It rates as Denmark's 4th largest city, with around 120,000 residents, but out of the way, Aalborg might seem an unlikely international travel hub. That's not stopping Scandinavian Airlines, which is betting on the compact, alluring city with newly launched flights from Newark Liberty International, which will run 3 times a week from April through October. The cobbled streets of Aalborg's old town are lined with half-timbered houses and pastel exteriors. The attractively refurbished waterfront, where you'll find the newly renovated Pier 5 Hotel, is another walkable district. The city's rich cultural scene includes a modern art museum, an architecture center, and a short drive away, Regenvest 404, a Cold War museum that opened in a former bunker in February 2023. Number 8. Rome, Italy. Octopus carpaccio, Wagyu beef gyoza, and yellowtail sushi started the dinner. My spouse and I finished that before the waiter brought Albarico pork marinated in soy and truffle. We ate dish after dish at Seen by Olivier, the rooftop restaurant at the new Anantara Palazzo Nayade Hotel, on a snake-like couch. Despite being a large European center, Rome had a traditional cuisine when I came there in 2009. But the eternal city changes. Number 7. Machu Picchu, Peru. Peru's top attractions might sometimes buckle under visitors. Intrepid Travel now offers a quarry trail-based trip to the Sacred Valley to explore a lesser-known aspect. The dramatic Parolnia Cascade waterfall and Inca quarry that gave the trail its name, and Huarapunku, a viewpoint overlooking Ollantaytambo, which has the 900-year-old Temple of the Sun, are on the new itinerary. Number 6. Cartagena, Colombia. A perennially hot destination, Colombia is coming into its own as a luxury escape these days, thanks to a ton of excitement in and around Cartagena, on the country's Caribbean coast. In 2023, the city welcomed Casa Pestagua, a 16-room boutique hotel within a restored 17th-century building in the historic center. Now, the same owners are working to open bungalows on Isla Barú, a popular day trip spot, before the end of 2023. Sustainability-minded travelers can find their fit at Blue Apple Beach, an eco-hotel on Tierra Bamba Island, just off the coast, that's B Corp certified and generates half its power from solar, as T+L recently reported. In 2024, Disney's Encanto-themed tour of Colombia will debut, shining more light on Cartagena, one of the many stops on the itinerary. Number 5. Lamu, Kenya. Walking the sandy, meandering streets of Shila, a town on Lamu Island's southeast coast, requires trust. Alleyways are just broad enough for walkers and donkeys on the island, which has no cars. Even after a dozen visits, I expect to get lost. I trust that Shela is small enough that I will find that patch of bright fuchsia bougainvillea I passed earlier, that carved wooden door, or that mosque with the atonal call to prayer vocalist, and find my way again. Number 4. Bhutan. The last Buddhist country in the world is difficult to reach, but that makes it more rewarding. After our pilot landed between 18,000-foot Himalayan peaks at Bhutan's Paro International Airport, which looks like a temple, I understood I was in a unique location. Bhutan opened to tourism in 1974 and has taken steps to protect its natural beauty and culture. It is the world's first carbon-negative country, with 60% of its territory covered in forests and a daily fee for tourists. Since 2022, the fee has benefited conservation and community projects. Bhutan decreased its tourist charge to $100 per day in September 2023 to attract more visitors. Visitors should remain longer to experience Bhutan's new and rebuilt 5-star hotels such as Jua Ling Heritage beyond Punakha River Lodge and Pamako Punakha, which must be created in the traditional Bhutanese manner. Visitors can now explore new areas thanks to the Trans-Bhutan Trail rehabilitation. I climbed the 16th century pilgrimage path with G Adventures after it reopened in 2022. Walking to isolated villages to visit fortifications and stupas was a first for outsiders. As we went through thick pine forests and fog-blanketed mountains, some with unclimbed peaks to avoid disturbing spirits, it was clear Bhutan reveres the environment. Walking under their shadow felt more hallowed after hearing that. Kathleen Relihan. Number 3. Germany. For 1 month between June and July, soccer, or should we say fussball, will take over Germany as the nation hosts the 2024 UEFA European Football Championship. Held every 4 years, the tournament for men's national teams will take place in 10 cities across Germany, including Berlin, Cologne, Düsseldorf, Frankfurt, Hamburg, and Munich. This will be an incredible, not-to-be-missed moment, said Sofia Markovic, a travel advisor on T+L's A List who specializes in Austria and Germany. I expect interest to go through the roof as this is a major sports event, second only to the World Cup. Number 2. Paris, France. With French flair, Paris is preparing for the 2024 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. Seeing swimming. Place de la Concorde BMX freestyle. If you want to be in Paris for the Olympics, Martha King, whose namesake organization helps tourists, says there is plenty to consider. There are almost 3,500 Olympic event and session options, so King advises guests to act fast. Naturally, the city is merry year-round and worth visiting. Visitors can see the Mark Rothko show at the Fondation Louis Vuitton before April 2, then enjoy a champagne spritz and Eiffel Tower views on the rooftop of the newly opened Hotel Dame des Arts. Number 1. Rajasthan, India. India's northwestern state of Rajasthan, with its wealth of iconic hotels and cultural attractions, is one of the best known among U.S. travelers. It also promises new delights in the coming year, with several new addresses in Jaipur worth planning a trip around. There's Villa Palladio, a delightful 9-room hotel on the outskirts of town created by the Swiss-Dutch team behind Bar Palladio, an Instagram favorite in the city center. The Jory is a beautifully designed 5-room property with a chic cocktail bar and organic vegetarian restaurant on the ground level, tucked away in a heritage townhouse in Jaipur's Old Town. This concludes the video for the day. Have you enjoyed it? Please leave your insightful response in the section below labeled comments, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for additional informative and engaging videos.